Ming Dynasty and the Hunger for Silver. Let's journey back in time and when China was ruled by the Ming Dynasty, a period that shaped the very soul of China. From the year 1368 to 1644, an empire emerged, flourishing with an intensity that mirrored the exponential growth of its population. But what fueled this meteoric rise? What secrets lie beneath the surface of this era, marked by trade routes stretching to the far reaches of the world? In this remarkable period, the Ming Dynasty not only shaped China's destiny, but left an indelible mark on the world stage. Brace yourself to discover the allure of Ming's dramatic history, rich literature, exquisite porcelain, and a hunger for silver. Watch till the end to unveil the secrets and wonders of this extraordinary chapter in China's history. Rise of the Ming's Dynasty. The story of Ming's dynasty began when a young boy named Zhu Yuanzhang came into this world. Little did the world know that he would later be known as Emperor Taizu. As a young boy, young Zhu Yuanzhang faced the harsh challenges of poverty and displacement in the wake of natural disasters along the Yellow River. Orphaned and left to wander the country, he endured years of hardship, even resorting to begging for survival. His life took a turn when he sought refuge in a Buddhist monastery, only to see it destroyed by a militia suppressing a rebellion. Undeterred, Taizu found himself drawn to a rebel group linked to the White Lotus Society. Rising through the ranks swiftly, he orchestrated a successful invasion of Nanjing, establishing it as his base to confront regional warlords. But Taizu's ambitions didn't stop there. His ultimate goal was to overthrow the Mongolian rulers of the Yuan Empire. In a pivotal moment in 1368, he captured Beijing, driving out the Mongolian rulers, destroying their palaces, and proclaiming the down of the Ming Dynasty. Rule of Emperor Taizu, the founder of the Ming Dynasty, ruled with a strong hand and a keen sense of discipline. His empire was marked by a military culture that emphasized respect for authority and a strict code of conduct. Justice, in his eyes, was fierce and immediate. The emperor demanded unwavering loyalty, and any official who failed to kneel before him faced severe consequences. They would be subjected to beatings. In the Ming Dynasty, a fascinating blend of governance unfolded as the rulers initially embraced the Song dynasty's practice of entrusting literati with state affairs. However, a significant shift occurred during the reign of the Yongle emperor and his successors. The emperors, instead of relying solely on literati, increasingly turned to trusted eunuchs to manage and control them. During this period, a unique system of punishment emerged in the imperial court: flogging with a stick. This method served a dual purpose. It not only humiliated civil officials, but also played a role in realizing the emperor's goal of maintaining practical control of the state. In a further bid to tighten control, the emperor decreed the establishment of an extensive spying service, organized under 3 specialized agencies. This intricate web of surveillance aimed to keep a vigilant eye on potential dissent and maintain the emperor's grip on the reins of power. There was a fierce commitment to justice, but it came with a dark side. Fueled by suspicion, he transformed his palace guard into a sort of secret police tasked with ferreting out betrayals and conspiracies within the empire. In 1380, he initiated a massive internal investigation that spanned 14 years and resulted in a staggering 30,000 executions. Driven by deep-seated paranoia, Taizu conducted 2 more sweeping investigations, leading to an additional 70,000 executions. This wave of purges extended across all levels of government, claiming the lives of high-ranking officials, guards, and even servants. The emperor's relentless pursuit of security and his unyielding distrust shaped a tumultuous chapter in the history of the Ming Dynasty. Trade activities. Following the reign of Emperor Taizu, the throne passed to his 15-year-old grandson. However, the imperial succession took a tumultuous turn when Taizu's son, Chengzu, sparked a civil war to claim the throne for himself. In the years spanning 1405 to 1433, Chengzu embarked on a bold and ambitious venture. He commissioned expansive flotillas that sailed far beyond China's borders, extending the reach of the Chinese tribute system to distant lands. These maritime expeditions reached India, the Persian Gulf, and the east coast of Africa, marking a remarkable prelude to later European explorations.
By 1557, the tribute system underwent a transformation, giving way to a new era of maritime trade. China began exporting silk, opening its doors to a European presence within the empire. This period witnessed a culinary expansion as well, introducing foods like sweet potatoes and peanuts to China for the first time. As the empire engaged in broader trade, the merchant class experienced significant emigration beyond its borders. Ming's porcelain. Among the Ming Dynasty's most cherished exports was its exquisite porcelain, a craft that had evolved over centuries and reached its pinnacle during the Ming era. The elegance and often vibrant colors of the porcelain is highly prized and remains influential in the world of ceramics. During that era, an intricate process was followed that involved grinding China stone, combining it with China clay, and baking it until it achieved a translucent quality. While the technique had its roots in the Tang dynasty, it was in the Ming era that it was perfected to create the iconic Ming porcelain. In 1368, recognizing the demand for such prized ceramics, an imperial porcelain factory was established in Jingdezhen. This factory became the exclusive producer of porcelain wares intended for the imperial court. The classic Ming porcelain, renowned for its elegance, predominantly featured the timeless combination of white and blue hues, although various colors could adorn a piece. The allure of Ming porcelain extended far beyond the borders of China. The Jingdezhen factory became the wellspring of porcelain exports, captivating the tastes of Europe. European enthusiasts sought to replicate the artistry and form, making Ming porcelain a beloved and enduring symbol of Chinese craftsmanship. Threat from Mongols. While the dynasty thrived, there were constant threats from the enemies. The looming threat of Mongol invasions cast a shadow over the citizens of the Ming dynasty. If you are wondering why, then the reason behind these constant fear and threat of invasion was China lacked a strong defensive system against the enemies. The iconic Great Wall of China faced inconsistency in its maintenance. By this time, when there were threats and danger from the enemy, the formidable structure, originally built for defense, required substantial repair work. Recognizing the Great Wall as their primary defense against such invasions, the Ming government knew it needed to maintain the Great Wall to protect themselves. This strategic decision was intensified after the Mongols captured Emperor Zhengtong in 1449, following several clashes. In a pivotal moment, rather than paying a ransom for Zhengtong's release, the Ming government opted to replace him with his half-brother. Simultaneously, they committed resources to restore the Great Wall to its full glory and strength, deeming it the most effective means to protect the Ming Empire. Though Zhengtong was eventually released and reclaimed the throne under the name Tian Shan, the commitment to fortifying the Great Wall symbolized the Ming government's resolve to safeguard their kingdom. Silver trade. During Ming's dynasty. During this era, silver trade gained significance. Chinese dynasties had long employed paper currency, a practice dating back to the 11th century. Under Mongol rule, and initially continued by the Ming dynasty, paper currency had been backed by tangible assets such as grain. However, as the Ming dynasty invested heavily in the construction and maintenance of the treasure fleet for Zheng He's voyages, a critical juncture was reached. These voyages changed the course of Chinese history. The decision to detach paper currency from tangible backing proved detrimental. The state, in its pursuit of funds, printed excessive amounts of money, causing its value to plummet. By the mid-15th century, as the voyages concluded, merchants increasingly refused to accept paper currency for goods. This rejection prompted the rise of a more informal barter system, with sellers and buyers negotiating fair values without relying on paper currency. Localities developed their own mediums of exchange, ranging from bolts of silk to grains, and some even minted their copper coins. Without a cohesive long-term plan, the Ming Dynasty introduced sporadic measures, minting copper coins for everyday transactions and reserving silver for significant purchases. Simultaneously, a transformative tax policy emerged. Instead of taxing regions in grain and labor, the Ming gradually transitioned to requesting tax payments in silver, starting around 1436. Over the next century and a half, this policy solidified, becoming the new norm by the second half of the 16th century. Taxes were paid in silver, providing the state with a standardized currency to administer the empire's affairs. The implementation of the silver-based tax system in Ming China faced a significant hurdle: the insufficient supply of silver to meet the colossal demand generated by requiring all 120 million subjects to pay taxes in silver. This challenge, however, gradually found resolution through remarkable increases in the global silver supply. In the early stages, Japan played a crucial role as a major supplier of silver in the first half of the 16th century. However, the epicenter of silver production shifted to Spanish America, becoming the primary source for the Ming economy by the century's end. The exponential demand for silver in China led to its elevated value within the country. By the late 16th century, the exchange rate of gold to silver in China ranged from 1.5 to 1.7, compared to Spain's rate of 1.12 to 1.14. This stark difference in value created a compelling incentive for individuals with silver to channel it towards China. Throughout the 17th century, a staggering 150 tons of silver annually traversed from the Americas through Europe into Asia. Notably, 128 tons annually crossed the Pacific from Acapulco to the Spanish colony of Manila in the Philippines, where Chinese merchants eagerly awaited to exchange their silks and porcelains for the coveted American silver. This voracious demand for silver turned the Chinese economy into a global silver magnet, drawing in substantial quantities from various corners of the world. The establishment of Manila in 1571 marked the inception of a truly global trading system, linking all major populated continents through substantial, direct, and continuous trade. As the silver trade flourished, contributing to over 50 years of prosperity for the Ming Dynasty, unforeseen challenges emerged in the early 17th century, eventually playing a major role in its downfall. European reluctance to continue shipping substantial amounts of silver to East Asia was a pivotal factor. European powers, driven by the desire to hoard silver for financing ongoing wars, diminished the flow of this precious metal to China. This shift had profound consequences for the Ming Dynasty's economic stability. One of the biggest challenges for China was the country's reliance on foreign shipments of silver from a distant land became a vulnerability. The peril of losing a Spanish galleon loaded with silver at sea would inflict a 17th century equivalent of a modern-day monetary supply shock. The drain of silver due to military campaigns exacerbated the problem. The government found itself unable to collect sufficient taxes to finance these campaigns, creating a financial strain on the empire. The culmination of these challenges reached a critical point when a scarcity of silver left the emperor without enough coinage to pay his troops, especially with northern enemies posing imminent threats. This convergence of factors marked a turning point, contributing significantly to the Ming Dynasty's decline. The global silver trade played a pivotal role in shaping the fate of the Ming dynasty in the early 17th century. Downfall of Ming's dynasty. The grandeur of Ming rule faced a dire downfall, brought down by a perfect storm of financial woes and calamities. A series of factors converged to thrust the empire into a catastrophic collapse. The imperial clan, once a symbol of authority, became an overwhelming burden as its ranks swelled, demanding extensive financial resources. Military campaigns, particularly in Korea and Japan, exacted a heavy toll on the empire's purse. Concurrently, persistent insurgencies, notably from the Mongols, added to the mounting costs of defense. Nature itself seemed to conspire against the Ming dynasty. The coldest depths of the Little Ice Age ushered in agricultural disaster, with earlier freezes and shortened growing seasons resulting in dismal harvests. Famine ensued, leading desperate soldiers to abandon their posts and form marauding gangs, abandoning the countryside. By 1632, these gangs advanced eastward, overpowering the faltering imperial military. Subsequent floods, locust invasions, droughts, and diseases further ravaged the nation. Rebellion and riots became rampant, climaxing in 1642 when rebels breached the dikes of the Yellow River, causing devastating floods that claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. As the social order crumbled and smallpox spread, two rival rebel leaders, Li Zisheng and Zhang, seized control of different regions, including Beijing, each declaring a new dynasty. In the twists and turns of events, the last Ming emperor, Chongzhen, tragically ended his own life in 1644. Even in the face of the loss of Beijing and the demise of the emperor, the Ming dynasty persisted, albeit in fragmented form. Regions such as Nanjing, Fujian, Guangdong, Shaanxi, and Yunnan emerged as strongholds of Ming resistance. However, the unity of the Ming forces was fractured by competing pretenders vying for the throne. The remnants of Ming dynasty's power in southern China post-1644 became collectively known as the Southern Ming, as coined by 19th century historians. Despite their resilience, each bastion of resistance faced the relentless advances of the Qing forces. The Southern Ming resistance continued until 1662, when the last emperor of this faction, Zhu Yulang, known as the Yongli Emperor, was captured and executed. In the midst of this chaos, the semi-nomadic Manchu people emerged triumphant, establishing the Qing dynasty and marking the end of the Ming era. While the Ming dynasty experienced defeat, pockets of loyalist movements persisted until the eventual proclamation of the Republic of China. Achievements during Ming's dynasty. Even today, the Ming dynasty stands as a remarkable era, marked by notable achievements that left an enduring impact on Chinese history. Among these accomplishments was the grand refurbishment of the Great Wall, restoring it to its greatest glory and enhancing the empire's defense. The Ming dynasty's naval expeditions, characterized by the renowned voyages of Zheng He, expanded the empire's reach, fostering vibrant maritime trade that enriched the economic landscape. In the realm of Chinese culture, the Ming dynasty witnessed vital achievements that shaped a dazzling visual world. Exceptional and often colorful porcelains, intricate paintings, lacquers, and textiles showcased the artistic prowess of the era. The Ming dynasty ushered in a literary renaissance in China, marked by a prolific publishing boom that brought forth a multitude of affordable books for the common people. This literary explosion encompassed a diverse range of genres, catering to varied tastes and interests. Books became highly sought after, serving as valuable sources of knowledge. religious tracts, school primers, Confucian literature, and civil service examination guides also found a significant readership, contributing to the intellectual enrichment of society. Play scripts emerged as another literary sensation, with Tang Xianzu standing out as a respected playwright. Tang specialized in social satire and romance, creating works that resonated with the readership. A significant milestone in Ming literature was the rise of full-length novels, a form that gained increasing popularity during this period. The rise of the novel as a popular literary genre, accompanied by the production of affordable illustrated books, democratized literature and made it accessible to a broader audience. Many of these novels were adaptations of ancient story cycles, rooted in oral traditions that had been passed down through the centuries. This flourishing literary landscape not only enriched the cultural tapestry of the Ming Dynasty, but also laid the foundation for the continued evolution of Chinese literature in the centuries that followed. Culturally and economically, the Ming Dynasty fostered a thriving consumer base for luxury goods surpassing any earlier period. The synergy of cultural and economic achievements created a flourishing environment that defined the Ming era. Here comes an end to the extraordinary journey of the Ming's dynasty. Despite its challenges and eventual decline, the Ming dynasty's legacy endures in various aspects of Chinese culture, art, and historical memory. The period's achievements and contributions have left an indelible mark on China's rich cultural heritage. What do you think about Ming's dynasty and its role in Chinese history? What do you think caused the downfall of Ming's dynasty? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. On that note, we are wrapping up today's video. If you enjoyed today's journey back in time, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family who would enjoy this intriguing story of Ming's dynasty. Hit the subscribe button to keep an eye on our exciting content. We will see you soon with another video.